Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make a roasted pork tenderloin. Let me give the ingredients. For my pork tenderloin, I make a video on how to do the brine, Italian style. So this one I'm gonna do a follow-up with this video. So you have your prime already marinate over 24 hours. Then you're just gonna take it out of the brine. You can substitute the loin for any kind of meat. You can use lamb, steak, chicken, veal, anything. So we're gonna need one loin, previously marinate on brine. I'm gonna put the link in my video on how to do the brine, so that way you can see it before. And also I'm gonna need some rapini. This one is previously blanched, or the Italian version of the broccoli rape. Broccoli rape, rapini, right? And also we're gonna need half an onion, 4 or 5 garlic cloves, and some chili flakes or pepperoncinis, spicy peppers. Salt, pepper to taste. That's gonna be for my garnish. And in the meantime, that we're gonna be having our oven preheated, so I'm gonna utilize it and make my other garnish. So for my starch, I'm gonna use one sweet potato, one honey nut squash. This regular to the other squash, but it has more sweetness. And also some fresh thyme, salt, pepper, and olive oil. And then we're gonna roast them in the oven. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have your oven preheated at 375, and then we're gonna crank the temperature to 475. In the meantime, we're gonna have our oven preheated at 375, and then you're gonna raise the temperature to 475. So in the meantime that we're searing, we're gonna put our vegetables in the oven, the sweet potatoes and the squash. So I'm gonna come back, show you what we're gonna do with these vegetables, put them in the oven, and then start searing. In the meantime that we have our oven already preheated and hot, so what I did, I just tossed my vegetables in olive oil. Then you're just gonna season it with some salt, pepper to taste. And we're gonna add some of the fresh thyme. You can always add rosemary, sage. They go really well with this dish. And we're gonna cook them at 475 for 35 minutes. So you have your oven already preheated, 475. Middle shelf, 35 minutes, and we'll see you. We're gonna sear our loin. So you have your pan with hot oil. We're gonna use avocado oil. We're gonna sear it, so that way it's gonna help us to cook, evenly in the oven. So I'm gonna do 3 minutes on each side, all around, and then we're gonna finish in the oven. So after it's been 10 minutes, you sear it all around. In the meantime, you're gonna check your vegetables, and they're gonna start caramelizing. You can see some of them are already done. So just flip them over. See, just like any potato. And we're gonna finish our loin in the oven. So I'm gonna place them in the rack, with a resting rack, for the last 20 minutes. And then in the meantime, we're gonna do our garnishing here too. So we need some flavor here. And I'm gonna start by caramelizing my onion and my garlic. So you can always use a different pan, but I want all the flavors from here. So onion first. Caramelize it for about 2 minutes. And then we're gonna add the garlic and then the rapini. Right, so after you see the onion is caramelized, now you add the garlic as much as you want. Same thing, let it cook. Golden brown, or however you like your garlic. And here you're gonna add some of the chili flakes or chile de árbol. Okay, this one or this one. Every time that we cook the rapini, we always use a little chili flakes just to, you know, bring up the flavor. And also, I'm gonna add half a cup of red wine. You can always use white wine if you like, or leave it without. So we're gonna warm up our rapini. Give them a quick toss, and then we're gonna come back to the glaze. What I did, I put my rapini on the side. We're gonna do family style. You can plate it however you want, you know, it's gonna be optional. You put the peppers on top so that way they don't grab them and get all spicy. Then we're gonna add some of the zest of the lemon. And also we're gonna put some wedges. And most of the time, you know, we finish it with olive oil and also balsamic glaze. But I'm gonna do that at the end. And also we're gonna take out our squash. Let's get some of them a little more golden brown. And then we're gonna serve them family style also. But you can plate it however you like. So just like that, family style. And we're about 5 minutes away to take up my pork loin from the oven. So that's why I want to, you know, get my sweet potatoes out so that way they can rest a little bit. Because otherwise they're gonna be really hot and they have a lot of caramelization, so you don't want to burn. So let it get at room temperature. And also don't forget that you have to cook your thyme. Just give them a quick, you know, so that way it's not raw. So we have our garnish here. And then we're gonna take out our pork and let it rest so that way we can cut it. So I'm gonna take out my pork, let it rest for 5 minutes. But if you want to cook a little bit longer, it's gonna be fine. It's about medium. So I'm gonna let it rest for 5 minutes, come back and plate. So in the meantime, I'm gonna make my sauce. So what I did, I just washed my pan, add some garlic, shallot, rosemary and thyme, and also some of my lemon zest. And I'm gonna add 2 ounces of wine to my pan that I have with where I have my pork resting, and I'm gonna deglaze it here. I have my wine evaporate. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have all these axes of drippings. I'm gonna deglaze with 2 ounces of vegetable stock, so I can get my sauce from here. So in the meantime, this is the reducing by half, so I'm gonna take the flavors out from here. Now we're gonna bring these drippings to my pan, and then we're gonna cut this one. Okay. Then obviously the tail is gonna be a little bit cooked longer. It's gonna be up to you. And then we're gonna check the meat here. Nicely juicy, right? So now you can plate it however you want. You know, it's gonna be up to you how do you want to plate this dish. So I just give you the basics, techniques, and then you can plate it however you want later on. So hopefully you guys like this video on how to prepare the pork tenderloin, and I'm gonna plate it right now, just like that. And finish with my red wine sauce. You can let it deglaze a little bit more, but it's gonna be optional, or you can put them on the side in a little ramekin. It's gonna be up to you. So hopefully you guys like this video on how to prepare the pork loin. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Chef Alex Perez on Facebook, Chef Alex Perez in YouTube. Follow me on Instagram as Chef Alex Perez 34. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and enjoy. Let's try this one, see how it came out. Let's see. Nice. Really good. Thank you. Enjoy.